1990 would be Seattle's last winning season for the next 8 years. With Dave Craig's tenure coming to an end, the team drafted its next quarterback, just not the one Chuck Knox wanted.
Bearings wanted to be involved in it all the time. And Bearings went to Chuck and said, hey, we're going to draft here today. We're going to draft Dan McGuire, quarterback. And Chuck says, well, wait a minute, hang on here. If you really want to draft a quarterback, there's a kid named Favre who's pretty good. Maybe we should look at that. No, we've seen this guy. We know his agent, and we've already kind of struck a deal. So this is the guy we're going to draft. And so Chuck goes back into the draft, talking to his coaches, and says, get ready to coach your asses off, because if not, we're going to get fired at the end of this season, because they're going to draft this quarterback. And sure enough, that came to be.
To their credit, the Hawks also drafted a defensive end who would make his mark in Seattle, Cortez Kennedy.
He could destroy, take over a game single-handedly by himself.
In '92, Tez had 14 of his 58 career sacks and was Defensive Player of the Year on a team that finished 2-14.
Cortez is a once-in-a-lifetime type of talent and a once-in-a-lifetime personality, because his personality is gigantic. He was like a big teddy bear. Then he get on the field and it was a monster. I can remember in practice going like, hey man, can you just step out of the drill? Because we're not even gonna, we're already bad. We can't even tell if we can do anything because you're blowing everything up. We don't know if it works or not,
But '92 was a year of loss. Chuck Knox had resigned, and Super Bowl winning coach Tom Flores took over. Flores, though, could never replicate the success he had with the Raiders.
And he was a terrific coach, and followed John Madden down there. But remember, Al Davis was the guy pulling all the strings. And he came to Seattle where there was much less of that stability upstairs.
Then, late in the season, the voice of the Seahawks was silenced. Pete Gross had been there for all 17 years. And on November 30th, was inducted into the Ring of Honor. 2 days later, Gross passed away of cancer.
I really miss Pete. He was just a really great friend and a great guy, and you couldn't ask for anybody better.
Like the my oh my of Dave Niehaus, fans always remembered Pete's touchdown call.
He throws in the end zone, touchdown Seahawks!
Steve Rabel kept the call alive after sharing the booth with Gross for 11 seasons.
As much as I love doing the games with him, being with him on a Saturday in Boston before a Seahawks game was even more fun. Because he'd say, let's rent a car and go out to the Cape. Or let's, go out to see the Statue of Liberty if we're in New York. He just loved that stuff. Everything was an education. I learned every time I was with him.
From the Kingdome in Seattle, it's the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Raiders.
As the 90s went by, the Seahawks ran through quarterbacks. Dan McGuire, Jeff Kemp, Rick Meyer, John Freese, Stan Gelbaugh. None found true success, but Seattle could run. Chris Warren gained over 1,000 yards in 4 straight seasons. By the end of his tenure, Warren held the Seahawks' career rushing record.
Touchdown, Chris Warren!
Oh, Chris Warren was the man. We weren't getting a whole lot done in the passing game, but it's like, you know what? We have a really good running back, so let's just make that thing work. And so it was really cool to see Chris be able to kind of spread his wings and really realize his talent and his ability with our team.
As Warren was running wild, the Seahawks sent their first player to Canton.
Pro Football Hall of Famer from Seattle, Steve Largent.
In 1995, Steve Largent was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
It's like the cherry on top of your ice cream that says, hey, you did it the right way. And so I've always appreciated that too.
Thank you.
So Tom Flores replaced Chuck Knox, and Dennis Erickson took over for Flores 3 years later. It was during that time the end almost came for the Hawks.
I got a call from one of the coaches that morning, and they said, hey, Rabes, you might want to come by here because there are moving vans in the parking lot, and we're packing up everything and we're moving to California right now.
Displeased with the aging Kingdome and lack of progress on a new stadium, Ken Behring attempted to move the team to Los Angeles in 1996.
The NFL franchise we purchased in 1988 is leaving Seattle.
And of course that was ill-fated. They were back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it was never the same after that.
The plan was halted when the NFL threatened to fine Behring $500,000 a day until he returned the team to Seattle. 2 months later, Behring and Paul Allen entered an option for Allen to buy the team, which is completed in the summer of '97.
Let me say that I am thrilled and honored to be part of maintaining the proud tradition of professional football in Seattle.
The darkest era of Seahawks football is finally over. That same year, the drafting of a franchise cornerstone, future Hall of Famer Walter Jones.
I thought it was going to be Oakland. I'm like, okay, a rural guy from Alabama, get a chance to go to Cali. I didn't know nothing about the state of Washington. But when I got drafted here, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to just come here and play football. Didn't have to worry about tickets. My family wasn't flying here. I think my mom flew up here since I've been up here probably, twice since I've been up here. So she don't like flying. So for me personally, I thought it was a great opportunity for me to come here.
So as the decade winds down, there's a new owner, the promise of a new stadium, and then the arrival of the big show.
I cannot tell you the excitement. I'm a little nervous, but the excitement that's running through my veins at this particular point.